It's definitely confusing when this type of stuff like crosses my mind a lot. It really had never I really had never thought about leaving DeFi for the first 10 months of being in it. Uh, all the way through like October of last year, it was just never even a thought in my head. It was never even like an idea. And then I thought about it a couple times. I can't tell you why. It just popped into my head. But it was a healthy type of thing. You always think about what would life be if something was different. Well, what would life be if I wasn't into Fi? It was just kind of like a thought. And I've never really completely wanted to do it. I've never really completely taken the idea seriously. But I can tell you that over the past couple of weeks, it has been a thought that's like been in my head a lot, and it's almost like a disturbing feeling. It's like why do I feel this way? Especially when that's kind of what commentaries are for, where I can just kind of like think about it. I really just grabbed this gameplay. It's only 7 minutes, so I kind of got to speak quickly, and I probably won't get all my thoughts out. It's weird when you're not completely happy with DeFi, or with what you're doing when it comes to something like DeFi. Because being leader, and I enjoy the work. You can look at all the small things, like look at all the small moments. Like for example, a couple hours ago, Marsh, you got an insane jump snipe, and I was like happy about that. I wasn't like bleh. I wasn't like, hey, this sucks. I was like, that's not the part of me. Like I haven't lost interest in what DeFi is about. Like I feel like, and that's almost the thing. It's like if DeFi was different, would I enjoy it more? It almost feels that way. It almost feels like that's what I'm thinking in my head, because I know I enjoy what DeFi is about. I know I still enjoy watching all the clips and whatnot. So it's weird in that sense that it's like, is there actually physically something there that's making me feel this way? That's making me be like, should I keep doing this? What would it be like if I left DeFi? Now, first of all, it like that I can't really just tell you. I can't tell myself. I'm not really sure why I'm unhappy sometimes. It's just sort of a thing that's happened, that I will just kind of sit down and I'll be like, eh. A big part of it, I think, might just be when I don't enjoy the game Uncharted, when I'm playing it and I'm like, I'm not really having fun playing it. Because if you're not having fun playing the game that the whole thing is about, then that's kind of an issue. But in general, I still like playing it, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what makes me unhappy, but the thing is, I do feel uncomfortable. I do feel unhappy, and the thoughts are in my head, like, what if you left? I know I've been changing a lot of stuff up in DeFi simply because that's what I kind of do when it's like when I feel unhappy or I feel uncomfortable. I try and change stuff up. I try and make things different in an attempt to make myself happier. So that's kind of like an interesting thing to take a look at. But I mean, all this stuff, it's irrelevant because the real topic is just, it's not like about how I feel now. It's just like in general, what would happen if I left DeFi? No doubt in my mind, there's certain people I would definitely keep up with. Number one example is Elias. I love the dude. I want to talk to him when I'm like 80 years old, and he would be like whatever, 80, 81, 82. I just want to stay in touch with him for the rest of my life, and I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm gonna try, man. In this age of technology, I think anything's possible. So I'm gonna be sticking around with Elias for a while. And that's just one example. There are a lot of people I feel that way about, but I don't feel that way about everyone, which might be part of the problem. I don't know. That I guess when it comes down to it, I wish I had an extremely close bond to all the members, but it's become such like a chore to me to kind of act that way, to kind of pretend that like I have a bond to everyone, when in reality I don't really have a bond. And it just crossed my mind that a lot of times when I make these commentaries, my target audience is the people in DeFi. But I don't know. I've sort of right now, I'm kind of like thinking like, what would I want to be talking to a person outside of DeFi right here? I want a person that isn't in DeFi to kind of watch this and kind of be thinking about it, and kind of being like, hey PD, I think I know how you feel, blah blah blah, or PD, what you're saying makes sense to me. I'm sure Bui and Juice will watch this and think very little of it. They'll just be watching and be like, hey, he's in one of those moods tonight, and I probably am in one of those moods. But this mood has been, with me for a while these days, or the past couple weeks. Like I said, I've been getting in these moods a lot. So whatever. I thought I'd make a commentary about it, kind of reflect. I'm all over the place. What would DeFi be like if I left? So obviously I would keep up with people. I'd have a lot more free time. I do I do spend a lot of my free time doing DeFi related things. So I don't know, I'd have more free time to do stuff. Maybe I'd start lifting. I've always wanted to kind of lift. It's just never been who I was, but maybe I would. That would be interesting, but that's irrelevant. What would DeFi be like? I think DeFi would be perfectly fine without me. I think it would be different. I think things would change. I think I don't know. I think a couple people might be less happy. A couple people might be more happy. But when I start thinking about this stuff in my head, it's like I'm still concerned about it. I still want to it's just like the thought of me leaving. It's like, okay, PD's gone, and then it's almost like me stepping in again, and it's like, all right, so what should we do now that PD's gone? It's like I want to, I don't know. Maybe it's just a part of me that likes to be controlling. Who knows? But the point is, like, I know things would change, and I know I'd probably look at those changes and be like, I wish they did something differently. I'm sure I would be upset because I would still have it. There's no doubt in my mind that if I ever left DeFi, I couldn't help but go check up on the channel every now and again. Probably almost every day I'd look at the channel and be like, hey, how are things going? Yeah, so I don't know though. I think if I ever left DeFi, I'd have to just get over it. I'd have to face the facts that something else will happen. Someone else will be in charge probably, and things will be different. And they'll have to figure it out for themselves. See, and that's the thing. That's the thought has been so stapled in my head that, like, obviously I'm here right now and I'm doing the work. I'm recording the clips. I have the clips on my computer, and that's a fact. That's something that I have under my control. So it's not like I'm stressed about that right now. Not at all. And the idea though that, like, if I stopped doing that, who would? That's something that, like, I try to not let stress me out, because first of all, I'm not leaving, so it's nothing to really worry about. But second of all, it's just, even if I did leave, that's the type of thing that I know I'd have to just get over. That I'd have to be like, it's not my problem, man. I'm just doing this for PD. I'm just doing this for my own happiness. And that's always a weird thing when it's like you're trying to look out for yourself, but there's also other people that you're affecting, and you got to decide what's best for everyone, what's best for yourself. And it's a weird decision to be making, but it's a decision I don't think I'll really have to take. I'm sticking in for the long run. It's just I don't know, I just kind of want to express what I thought about the possibility, how I don't know, how it would play out if I ever left. So yeah.